family's here. Wonderful. Well, I would like to say salve to all the parentes, the discipuli, the propinqui, the amici, and to Mr. Lazat, who is and welcome very much to our Honor Society induction for 2019. My name is Heather Thompson. I am the captain of the Latin ship, I guess, that you would put here at SHS. I've been teaching here for 10 years, and we only started an Honor Society, I think, a couple years before you graduated, didn't we? I think it was in 2012. So it's actually fairly new to have a Latin Honor Society. And as I tell the students, it's quite a huge honor. It's very rigorous to be accepted into the Honor Society. It is a national association of the Junior Classical League. And I have to send in the students' grades. They must maintain at least an A- average in a grade level 3 Latin class or above. And also they have to be of service to the club. And we had a fantastic Mr. SHS performance 2 weeks ago. We raised a lot of money for the Honor Society. So I wanted to say thank you guys. You did an amazing job. We raised over $2,200, which is a ton of money. The show went wonderfully. We're going to have some discussions about where we want to donate some of that money, like we did last time to the Winter Warrior Project. Last time we donated about $1,200 to them. So we're going to have some discussions about where we're going to spend some of that money. But tonight, we are here for 2 reasons in particular. Number 1, to honor our seniors who are sadly leaving us soon, to fly away from the nest, like Ovid's mama bird, pushing you out of the nest, right, with Daedalus and Icarus, and to induct the new members, okay, into our Honor Society tonight. But before I do that, I would like to introduce a former SHS student who is also a member of the Honor Society, who had me for 4 years? 3 years? 4 years?
I started taking that with you in 7th grade.
Oh, this is what I used to be Mr. Bellimer, and I used to travel, and then I got brought up, so maybe 6 years I had you? Because there were some, oh my goodness. Wow, anyway, so without further ado, I would love to introduce to you. This is Caroline Trabuco. She's going to come up and talk to us a little bit. I just wanted to say she graduated in 2015 from SHS. She recently graduated from the University of Mary Washington in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and 3 years. 3 years. No pressure, okay? I want everyone to have a great college experience. But she's currently awaiting acceptances into law school, and she's already gotten into 3 that she's applied to. So, I mean, again, no pressure to be a high flyer like Caroline, but some of the things that can happen when you study Latin. And before I call Caroline up and let her talk to you, I'm going to just embarrass her for a quick second. I did know her for a long, long time, and I watched her grow from an inquisitive 7th grader to the young woman that she is today. But all of you know what I'm talking about, the notebooks that you have to keep in Latin 4. Honest to God, I had never seen in my life a notebook as exquisitely prepared as the one Caroline prepared for me, and I still haven't. It's never, I mean, I jotted off a quick note like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, and it was just really eye-opening because Caroline, I think it's honest to say, you really found your feet in Latin when we got to the poetry section, and you just soared, which I've seen happen with a lot of kids. So without further ado, I want to invite Caroline to please come up and tell us a little bit about your experiences since graduating so
Thank you, Doc T. I'm really honored that she's asked me to do this, and congratulations to all of you. This is a really incredible accomplishment. You should all be really proud. I guess I'll start by saying I have known Doc T for a really long time. Started studying with her when she had a cart.
Oh gosh!
In school with a bell on it. Yep. And she used to gripe every single day about not having a classroom, but that's neither here nor there.
I don't remember that.
So, Doc T wanted me to come up here and talk about how informative Latin was on my college career and the choices that I've made, and it was to an extent, but I have to level with all of you. I took 2 years of intermediate German in college and suffered every single day, and I don't remember a word of it. I think the most informative, and perhaps one of the most special experiences I had in high school was not learning the language, but rather being in Dr. Thompson's classroom. And I think that you all can probably agree with that. This is really, I mean, I commend you all for your accomplishment. It's no small feat to be inducted into an honor society like this. You should all be so proud that you can interact with these texts and learn about Roman history the way you're learning about it. Not a lot of people can say the same. But what I will say is that you should all take a moment to be really grateful for, being where you are and having the teacher that you have. I was, Dr. T can attest to this, I was not her most impressive student. I struggled through Latin. I struggled through a lot of my classes in high school, but having a teacher like Doc T believe in me the way I'm sure she believes in all of you helped me get to college and realize that I was capable of a lot more. And I graduated in 3 years. I graduated magna cum laude with departmental honors. And like she said, I'm headed to law school. And a lot of that is due to the guidance that she shows her students and the fact that she never gives up on all of you. The experience that you have in Latin, it really does become like a family, and I'm sure you all feel the same way. And let me just say, there's so many of you. When I took Latin, there were 12 of us?
Yeah, very small.
Maybe?
Yeah,
which was nice because you all know Latin is very tough. It's hard, so she was able to give us a lot of individual attention. So once again, congratulations for making it here with less attention than I certainly did. I'm sure she still makes a lot of the same jokes that made us roll our eyes when we were sitting in your seats, like the people being stuck in the ditch and how annoying Sextus is, and right?
Still, the peanut joke, yes.
Yeah. But Latin, I think, was the best decision I ever made. I made the choice to switch from French to Latin in 7th grade, and I stuck with it through graduation, and it helped me to make a lot of the decisions that I made. I studied political science in college, and I knew that I could take on a task like that because, I'd seen worse. Her classes are tough, and she doesn't go easy on you, and that's a good thing. And I think that you all are better equipped to handle what comes next than perhaps a lot of your classmates are. And it's very clear, looking at all of you right now, that you're very bright and you're very driven, and I think you all will have tremendous success just because of who you are, but especially because of where you've been, with the teacher that you have, in your college careers, and in pursuing really impressive and progressive careers after the fact. So congratulations. I don't really have much else to say other than I think you all should be very proud of yourselves. I'm certainly proud of the choices that I made and very thankful to have had the experience to study Latin at a school like this with Doc T. You all know why. So congratulations.
Wow. Tearing up over here. Thank you. And if you don't mind, I just wanted to riff off of that for just a little second. No, Caroline was not the most outstanding Latin student. She truly wasn't. However, what stood out about Caroline is her grit, her stick-to-itiveness. She never quit, and she kept trying. And I told you, this notebook was like, I opened it up, and it was like the angels were singing. It was just amazing. And she really found her métier. So it might not be Latin. She's not going on to be a classical scholar. That's fine, that's great. That's not what's important about doing something difficult. So I'm proud too, and I'd love to commend all of you. This is hard, this is not easy. It would be easy to quit after 2 years, right? You get your requirements, we're out, but this is when it gets hard. I know a lot of my inductees are Latin 3 students, and that's really when it starts to switch and gets to be a lot, we're done with Sextus, we're done with the ditch, right? So I want to commend you on that. And you don't have to be the best student. You just have to try, and hopefully you can enjoy it, right? You might not remember a thing I teach you about Latin. You might sadly remember some of the bad jokes, but I do hope that you remember to believe in yourself, that you can do something hard, right? And when you encounter something hard in the future, as Caroline said, you've already done it once, so this shouldn't be a problem. So thank you, Caroline. That was really, really thoughtful. What I'd like to do now, guys, is I'd like to call my seniors. So my seniors are going to be called up one at a time. I'm going to knife them in a goofy kind of way. And I first would like to call up, these are, sadly, I have not been able to teach Latin 5 AP for a couple of years due to some budgetary issues. However, it's coming back next year. I'm very excited, and I'm sure these seniors would love to not go to college next year and stay back here and take Latin. No. They would have been in Latin 5 or AP this year. They're all very involved in the Honor Society still. So the National Junior Classical League gave me special permission to keep them into the Honor Society and to induct them into the Honor Society of Seniors this evening, even though they are not currently taking Latin, which is very unusual. So you guys should be really, really happy. I mean, I wrote a very strongly worded letter about how dedicated you all are. So the first senior I'd like to call up to get started is Megan Calderwood. Next, we have Lily Davis. Thank you. All right, we can stand. That's great.
We're doing that.
I think that's great. Julia Duna. Who do we have next? Oh my gosh, Maggie Frederick. Okay, great. Jenna Marandino. How many times did I call you Megan? Congratulations. I almost did it tonight. Risha Puranek. I'm proud of you. Risha's actually in my Latin 4 this year, so I'm very lucky I get to see her still on a daily basis. Haley Toba. Thank you so much. And last but not least, my Hannah Tran, whom I also get to see at Latin 4. This is great. Wait a minute, let's take a picture. Anyone have a, oh, I'm sure the parents would love to. Congratulations, seniors. Yay. Congratulations. Wonderful. Yeah. Right, now comes the section where we induct. I think this is the largest induction class I have ever had. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask the inductees to please stand. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Some of them are in Latin, but you'll be all right. Do you all have access to a program? Yes, you can look on with somebody. Thank you. So in the presence of these witnesses, I ask the following. Demonstratantes cupiditatem discendis linguas antiquis and studentis omnibus de Romanis Grecusque, literis, historiae, artibus, et votis, praebemus nobis nostrum societam, respondete, si vos placet, meis mandatis. Unus. Voltisne suspicere societam nostrum, NJCL Latin Honor Society, si voletis, dicetis, nos volumus. Nos volumus. Bene. Duo. Policimini conare agre scientium de rebus Romanis Grecusque, si policabimini, dicetis, nos policabimor. Nos policabimor. Bene. Tres. Con amini esse optimi discipuli, et dare exemplum optimum reliquis discipulis, si conabonabimi, dicetis conabimor. Maximo cum laude latitia, maximo cum laude placet mihi vos in nostrum societam salvere. I now declare you members of the National Latin Junior Classical League Honor Society. Please come forward when your name is called and receive your membership certificate. Please display this award proudly, for you deserve the recognition and honor you receive here today. We will begin with Lauren Ames. Dialavera. Emma Brady. Thanks, Emma. Sorry, it took me a second. Congratulations. Maggie Brown. Congratulations, Maggie. Anya Chogar. Kayla Dagnall. Ian D'Souza. Nora Frederick. Congratulations, Nora. Shreya Gopaladasu. Avia Hassan. Great job. Tara Thrall. Good to see you. Some of these kids are Mr. Bellamers this year, and I'm jealous. Kristen Kahn. Cindy Lee. Diogo Machado. Sophia Marol. Maroli, pardon me. Excuse me. Rachel Muratore. Muratore, I did it right. Congratulations. Now I'm doubting myself. Sonia Saeed. Well done. And we have Sanvi Sood. We saved the best for last here, Catherine Tillack. Great. Well, that concludes the official portion of our program, but I would really like to ask all the inductees if you could come up front so we could get a picture of all of you together. I could get a picture of all of you together. Maybe you could open up your certificates so we can all see. Thank you. Thank you.